They thought they had found happiness. For a time, everything seemed perfect, a golden haze of comfort and joy that dulled the edges of reality. The laughter was loud, the smiles wide, and the shadows that loomed at the edges of their lives seemed to retreat, leaving only warmth and light. It was intoxicating, a dream they never wanted to end. But the darkness doesn't disappear. It waits. It started with whispers, barely audible at first, just faint murmurs in the dead of night. No one could make out the words, but the tone was unmistakable. Something was wrong. The air grew heavy, oppressive, yet they clung to their fragile happiness, pretending nothing had changed. Then the sickness came. It spread like wildfire, striking without warning. At first, it was just a fever, a cough, a shadow beneath the eyes. But it didn't stop. Skin turned gray and papery, veins bulged black beneath the surface, and teeth fell loose from bloodied gums. The afflicted screamed of nightmares, of a darkness clawing at their insides. Their voices would rise in desperate, guttural shrieks before falling silent forever. The survivors tried to flee, but sorrow was waiting for them, lurking in every corner. A father woke to find his wife and child gone, their room filled with a suffocating, unnatural silence. He searched desperately, but all he found were faint handprints smeared on the walls, leading into the shadows. A young woman's reflection in her mirror began to move on its own, staring at her with eyes full of accusation before the glass cracked, splitting her image into jagged fragments. Temptations came next, insidious and cruel. A man, desperate for escape, followed a voice that promised relief. It led him into the woods, where he found a table set with a feast so rich it made his mouth water. He ate greedily, but the food turned to ash in his throat, and the shadows closed in, dragging him screaming into the earth. Others found themselves confronted with impossible choices. A woman who had spent her life running from her fears suddenly found herself in a house with no doors, only mirrors. In every reflection, she saw herself aged, broken, dying. She smashed the mirrors one by one, but with each shatter, a piece of herself vanished. By the time the last mirror broke, there was nothing left of her. The fabric of their happiness unraveled, torn apart by claws unseen, but felt in every corner of their being. The intoxicating dream they had clung to turned into a waking nightmare, and the shadows came alive, feeding on their despair. When the darkness finally took them, it left no bodies, no traces, just whispers in the wind and faint, lingering echoes of the laughter that had once filled their lives. Happiness, it turned out, was not an escape. It was a trap, and the darkness had been waiting for the perfect moment to tear it all apart.